Good morning, YouTube. JT, Serenity Farms prepping here. It's about 8:30 in the morning. Nice and sunny, still brisk. So I'm going to do a little trash talking today. According to who you ask, I do that all the time. But serious trash talk today. So, just got done the morning chores. Feeding the goats. Moving a little goat waste around. Then I emptied the garbage and suddenly a light bulb went off in my head. What are we gonna do with all our trash when the economy collapses completely and there's no longer any trash pickup? Straight up, I don't have the answer to that. Never thought about it until this morning for some reason. Closed the lid, turned around. What few lights I have still functioning, one went off. That's going to be a major issue. I have prepared with food and water and tools and supplies and methods of self-defense and gathered like-minded people around me. I've got my animals, my goats, my chickens, getting some rabbit, vegetable gardens, greenhouses. Never thought about trash. So let's look at this from just my perspective for a second. Right now I produce about one 13-gallon bag of garbage per week. Just don't have a lot of waste. I don't burn anything. I just don't have a lot of waste. Because it's just me. Okay, now let's take my group of 10. Now I have potentially 10 bags per week. I have one trash can that I bring down to the road for the garbage man to pick up just so that I can put the bag in it so that the animals don't tear it up because it's 650 foot away from my house and I can't watch it. Now I'm going to have potentially 10 bags a week and no garbage man. Because when the economy collapses completely, even though the guy who picks up my garbage now is considered essential, and the county landfill conglomerate where he brings the garbage he picks up is considered essential, when there's no gas, no money, nothing's functioning, they're not going to be picking up garbage. I'm still going to be producing garbage. What am I going to do with it? I could have a little burning barrel for all the paper products that get burned up. That's few and far between. Maybe if it was just me, it wouldn't be so bad, but it's 10 people. Maybe more. And cans don't burn. I'm not burning plastics and styrofoam and whatever else my stuff might be packaged in. Okay, I'm going to have a ton of cans, maybe literally. All my vegetables, my soups, my daily 30 and 60 day pantry, that's all stocked with regular canned goods that I eat on a regular basis. I got to do something with all those cans. Now let's get to my individual 5-year supply of dehydrated and freeze-dried products in number 10 cans. What am I going to do with all those? Sure, I can take some of the small cans and large cans and use them for individual seedlings at certain times of the year. Maybe hold nuts and washers and bolts and nails and screws and that kind of stuff. But with 10 people and that increased amount of garbage every day, still going to be too much. So I could dig a hole. Where? I got 56 acres of mountain, heavily wooded, plenty of streams and water sources, and more than my share of rocks. yeah, I could probably find a place where a buddy of mine can come up with an excavator and dig me a 20 by 20 wide, 10-foot deep pit. So we throw the bags in there daily and weekly, but we can't cover them up because we can't put valuable soil into a hole where we're going to need to keep putting garbage on a regular basis. We have no idea how long this SHTF is going to last. Probably a while. And think of the damage being done to the soil and the water supply when every American decides they've got to bury their trash. Yeah, I know the landfills do it. They're doing certain things. There's zero sort recycling and all that stuff, but that's not everywhere. I worry about throwing unlimited number of bags into a big hole and having it leach into, because it will eventually, into the water supplies. I worry about someone doing it up the road from me where it's leaching into the ground and then potentially ending up in my well or my fish pond, which would potentially kill my fish, the ducks that are landing there, the beavers, any wildlife that comes down to drink from there. And that's just me in the middle of nowhere. See where I'm going with this? Now let's talk big city cesspools. Let's use New York City because it seems to be everyone's favorite right now. 9 million plus people in 5 boroughs. The city is already disgustingly dirty. One, because people down there have a different moral and ethical standard than we do, if any. There's good people there, just not enough. Okay, and then the sheer density of the population, there's going to be trash everywhere. What kind of sickness, disease, bacteria, potential viruses will start with that? Oh yeah. It's going to be ugly. Okay, now back to me. Because I have the wildlife aspect that the city doesn't. Well, different kind of wildlife. I have animal wildlife. I make a big pit and I'm throwing bags of trash in there daily. I already have more than my share of skunks, raccoons, coyotes, coy dogs, a bear here and there, some wild dogs, some feral cats running around, squirrels. They are all going to smell that and start shredding it. You ever seen the big county landfills on the news and Facebook and everything where the bears are in there rummaging around and tearing it up? Yeah. So once they start doing that, now it's blowing all over the place and contaminating everything. And those animals, how far away from your community do you put this garbage pit? Because when those animals get there, the natural progression is for them to move into the community where they smell garbage closer. It's a little tiny snowball that's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I can't believe I've never thought of it before. I mean, I bought large construction grade bags by the case because I knew I was going to need them for a multitude of purposes, including thinking about garbage, but that's as far as I went with it. I never thought, okay, I bagged my garbage, I throw it in my trash can. What's next when my trash can is full? I am really curious to see what you all think about that situation. What are you going to do? I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do yet. I got to really think on this. There's not a whole lot of options. I pretty much discussed them all, and I don't like any of them. So, just a little something to think about. Like, don't care. I learned from the negative comments. Share, subscribe, and definitely, if you've got an idea that I didn't mention, I want to hear it. I need input on this one. I think a lot of folks probably haven't thought about this, and we'd all be interested in hearing someone who's got a solution to this. Okay, so for now, JT signing off.